Hello, this is Key. Welcome back to Messy Desk Productions. Okay, so I'm altering one of my storage cubes tonight, and I wanted to share with you all what I have done. The first thing I did was I mixed up one of my mini misters here, and the picture showing you the ingredients. I used the Distress Ink Refiller. The color was Broken China with Perfect Pearls Forever Green. So I mixed them up in a mini mister, and then I took a regular sewing pattern and spread it out on my table, and I sprayed it down with the mini mister. So here you see the sewing pattern drying, and then the next thing I did was I took Mod Podge and I started basically gluing it to the outside front of the drawer. And you see, well, you don't see it, you don't really see it here. You see the streaked Mod Podge here. This is obviously before it dried. Here it is almost dry, and you can see it's a very shiny green. And there's a better picture for you. And here's the rest of the drawer completed. And of course it's still drying, so you don't get the green effect. There, the middle's still drying. Lots of pictures of the green drawer. Okay, so the next thing I did was I took flowers, and these were spare parts affinity flowers, and they were pink and hot pink. And so I took my mini mister again, and the color I used for those was Stormy Sky, Distress Ink Refiller, and then the Perfect Pearls Forever Violet. And I sprayed the flowers down and let them dry. I did take a heat gun and help that process along. And then I took my burnt tags. I did a previous video on how to burn tags. And so these two tags, I believe the Distress Ink Refiller color was Peeled Paint, and then the Perfect Pearls Forever Violet. And I sprayed the burnt tags down and used a heat gun to dry them. There's the green drawer after it had finished drying. Now these flowers are a different color. They were originally yellow, I think. And then I took Distress Ink. Okay, Kitty jumped on my lap. Sorry, that's distracting. I took Distress Ink. The color was Chipped Sapphire. And then the Perfect Pearls was Forever Blue. And I sprayed those down. And then I used the Sparkle Shimmer Mist and gave them sort of a frosted look. And the cat just ruined it. Hold on, let me get back to it. That is why the cat is not allowed to stand on the computer. Okay, there we are. So then there's the flowers drying. And then, so I took the green and purple tags, and then I took embossing ink, gold embossing ink, and just sprinkled some of that on the tags and used my heat gun to make them stay. The next thing I did was I took my unmounted stamps and I painted the stamp with embossing ink, and then stamped the word Sizzix, which is what's in that first drawer, onto the tag, and then covered it in embossing ink. And then I put the flower on. And here's the drawer almost complete. You see I did two tags for the drawer. One of them is the label for what's in the drawer, which is the Sizzix stuff. The other one is a flower with a philosophy tag. I think that one says Inspire. Okay, so then I started working on the second drawer, and here's the green tags again with the purple, and this drawer has scrap cardstock in it and scraps from different paper stacks that I'm using. So I did the same thing. I used my unmounted stamps and painted the stamp with embossing ink, and then stamped it onto the tag, and then covered it in embossing powder. So here you see that the S has the embossing powder on it already, and then the others I hadn't done yet, so I could show you the difference between the two. So the next step was to cover it in embossing ink. Here's the flowers once again, drying. And then I made green tags. That's the peeled paint and Forever Violet. Here's the yellow flowers. So these are blank tags. And so these, I believe I was going for the purple look. So I used Stormy Sky and Forever Violet in my mini mister. Sprayed those down and then used my heat gun to dry them. And then I used the embossing ink to write Distress Kit on it. And then sprinkled the embossing powder on it. And here you see the flowers are green. Those were the yellow flowers. And for those, the mini mister that I used was Broken China and Forever Green. Here's the sewing pattern again, and that color is the Stormy Sky and Forever Violet. Of course, it's drying in this picture, so it doesn't look right. That was still very wet. And then this is the blue one. This is Chipped Sapphire and Forever Blue. And of course, it's drying also, so it's still very wet. There's both of them laid out to dry. And then I started working on the bottom one, the purple drawer, and you can see the Mod Podge still drying here. And then it dried, and I took a picture with the tags on, and the key, and another philosophy tag. And then there's the blue drawer. Of course, it's still drying. And then there's the tags on it with the key. You see the lock on the top drawer, so I had to put a key on the second drawer. I just had to. OCD, I guess. So that's the final picture there. That's how the drawers turned out. Of course, they're still drying in here, so you can still see a few streaks of the Mod Podge on there, but that's basically what it looks like when it's done. So now I no longer have plain black drawers. Now they look like they have been scrapbooked. So once again, this is Key, and thanks for coming back to my messy desk. Have a great night. Bye-bye.